Hey, In Anime here, with a review of Buddy Daddies Episode 2. The second episode is filled with the same quirky energy that we saw in the first episode. However, this episode gives us more slice-of-life moments that I think will be a nice complement to the action that we expect to see. The episode begins with Kazuki needing to assist Miri in using the bathroom, which gives us a taste of the problems that are going to develop for Kazuki and Rei. For one, Kazuki yeets Miri right into the bathroom expecting her to handle her business, only to find out that she's too short to sit on the toilet and thus needs the help. Then, while Kazuki is trying to make breakfast, a delicious looking breakfast I might add, Miri makes a mess of Rei's video games. The episode does a good job of portraying Miri as the little girl she is. She's cute and likes to have fun, but could she also be a handful around the house? She really likes to play hide and seek and doesn't like to be left alone, which creates a problem for her guardians. But as much as we learn about Miri, we also learn that much more about the Buddy Daddies. Rei owns the residence that they are all living in, and Kazuki is more of a freeloader, but he does his part in keeping it clean and making food. We also learn that Kazuki is very meticulous with planning out missions, while Rei prefers to literally take things heads on with guns blazing. We also learn a bit more about Kiyotaro, the man who provides jobs for the duo. He tells them he's disappointed that their last job was too flashy and received too much attention. He also reiterates that they are replaceable, they keep messing up. Regardless, he gives them another job to tackle, and Kazuki asks him to look into their last target's family background. We know that guy was Miri's true father, but Kiyotaro was left in the dark about Miri even existing. I think this is going to become an issue later. While Kazuki and Rei seem to have a friend-like relationship with each other, it looks like the relationship with Kiyotaro is purely business. If he finds out that they're taking care of a child, who knows what he might do to her or them. As we saw in this episode, he's in contact with at least one shady assassin, Ogino Ryo, a man in a business suit who asks for any work that comes available. Speaking of assassins, the job Kazuki and Rei take on is botched hilariously by Miri. A plan is hatched to infiltrate their target's mansion and then eliminate him. Unfortunately, our two guys bring Miri along rather than handing her off to a babysitter for the day. Side thought, maybe I'm being too critical of them because I don't know how daycare services or babysitting may differ in Japan, so if you can educate me on that, please leave a comment. Anyway, Miri is left to stay in the car but needs to use the bathroom. She knocks on the door and a goon lets her in to do her business. She recognizes her papa inside and that's when mayhem ensues. The action is definitely complemented by the comedy and vice versa. While I respect the gunmanship of Rei, it looks like the goons he was firing at were trained by stormtroopers. They missed every shot. By episode's end, Miri has apologized to Kazuki for messing things up and he receives a call that confirms Hayami, the target from last episode, had a mistress and a daughter, the daughter being Miri. Our two leads decide to find the mother and return Miri. The episode ends with the shady-looking Ryo finishing Kazuki and Rei's original mission, but we get a taste of how sinister and possibly evil he is. Overall, this continues to be a fun series and I want to see where it goes. For one, Miri is already under the belief that Kazuki is her father, and I wonder how she will react if she learns that her real father was assassinated by him. Also, Kazuki has his own issues. A wife and a child of his own were hinted at in the last episode, but we don't know the full circumstances of their split. Rei is a total enigma, quiet, a gamer, aloof, and yet I feel like there's going to be a bond created between him and Miri at some point. So, I say watch this episode and tell me what you think. Please like and subscribe, and I'm In Anime, and I'm out.